started. Okay. We're moving into an area that's outside of Shannon Gilbert and the other victims that we know of. And we're moving over to a very interesting new development in respect to Rex Jordan and his case. So, this is the first time what I'm about to raise has been addressed anywhere, and so I don't think anybody's brought it up before anywhere, except on the district attorney's papers filed in the bail application against Horgan. So follow me very carefully. It's a little tricky and a little detailed, but I think you'll understand. When the district attorney makes an application on bail in a murder case, they try to have the charged person, the defendant, they try to have him remanded, meaning no bail. And of course, in our country, bail is a concept that applies to everybody. It's pretty liberally construed by judges to allow it. It's rare to get a remand. So for the DA to get that remand, the DA has to work very hard. And so the district attorney did so in this case. On the first bail application, it dealt with, the DA's application dealt with the deaths of Megan Morgan, Amber Costello, and Melissa Bartholomew. And the DA was successful in that application, and Horgan was remanded. But recently, when he was charged with the death of Maureen Brady Barnes, the application had to be made all over again. And it was. And it was also successful. And it was successful because amongst the things that the DA said, he said the following. Now mind you, Mr. Tierney, in my estimation, is a very good lawyer. I've known him well. He and I worked together when he was in the United States Attorney's Office. I'm prosecuting a corrupt lawyer named Vincent J. Trimarco Jr., and I was the one who did the investigation on that case to help a little girl from whom Trimarco stole $1.2 million. And it was Ray who worked with me to get that prosecution done. We're friends. I have great regard for him and his work. Remember, he's the DA, so he's supported by a whole bunch of police officers who gather up the information I'm about to read to you. Okay? On page 3 of the bail application, the district attorney said this. Records now establish that defendant Horgan's wife was also out of New York for the disappearance of Maureen Brady Barnes. Unquote. That's the DA's conclusion. I'm not sure why he even puts it in the bail application, because it wouldn't matter. As set forth in Exhibit A, travel and cellular telephone billing records had previously established that defendant Horgan's wife and children were out of the state during the disappearances and murders of 3 of the 4 victims, specifically Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Morgan, and Amber Costello. He makes that conclusion based on the first application. There are some real serious problems with that that conclusion from the first application, but tonight I'm dealing with this one in particular. They did an extensive search of defendant Ehrman's house and the financial records. And he says, quote, while the review of these records is ongoing, among these records is an August 2007 Bank of America credit card statement. See embedded image on the following page. That's what you're looking at up there, which indicates a July 6, 2007 check-in to the flagship hotel located in Atlantic City, as well as transactions which are indicative of a stay in Atlantic City from July 6, 2007 through July 20th, 2007. In footnote, he says, the highlighted boxes, and you can see those boxes, have been added to the bank statement below for demonstration purposes, red indicating a credit card charge for stay at the flagship hotel, beginning on, key here now, July 6, 2007, and blue indicating a credit card charge for stay at the Club Wyndham Skyline Tower, beginning on July 13, 2007. The handwriting was in the original. It was on there when they got the document.
Hold the midsection of the blank. I think it died out on you.
Okay. Why is that?
I didn't know there's interference when you're holding it from the bottom.
got it. Okay, thank you. All right. Next paragraph. Quote, based on post-arrest interviews with witnesses, including defendant Hoyerman's wife, Ms. Orsa Elder, the task force was able to corroborate that Ms. Ellerup and her 2 children stayed in Atlantic City, New Jersey from on or about July 6, 2007 through on or about July 20, 2007. The trip began with defendant Hoyerman remaining in New York. Continuing. According to the investigation to date, Ms. Ellerup and her children checked into the flagship hotel on or about July 6, 2007. On or about July 13, 2007, defendant Hoyerman arrived in Atlantic City. On that date, defendant Hoyerman and his family checked into the Club Wyndham Skyline Tower in Atlantic City, New Jersey, see above, meaning that document. Consequently, Hoyerman's wife and children were indeed traveling out of state during the time of Maureen Brennan Barnes' disappearance, which occurred on or about July 9th, 2007. You get the picture? July 6th, according to this document, they arrived at the flagship hotel, and they leave July 13th. The disappearance of Brennan Barnes is July 9th, so they weren't there when Brennan Barnes disappeared, according to this document. And according to, as the DA also says, according to Orsa Elder, and the interview that was conducted with her. Quote, based on the foregoing, the murders of all 4 victims occurred at times when defendant Hoyerman's wife and children were traveling out of state, which allowed defendant Hoyerman unfettered time to execute his plans for each victim without any fear that his family would uncover or learn of his involvement in these crimes. Now, the district attorney is going far out of his way to make a point that has nothing to do with the bail application directly of Rex Hoyerman. Why is that? Because the people who prepared this for him wanted to say it. Then look at the chart. There's a chart on page 22 in the same application. If you don't have it, I'll just point it out to you. That on the buckle that was on the belt around Maureen Brennan Barnes was a hair near the head of Orsa Elder. I'm sorry, on the buckle belt. Sorry. On the buckle belt was this hair of Orsa Elder. On Maggie Waterman, on the outside head area, was another hair of Orsa Elder. On the tape that was in the area of the head on Maggie Waterman was a hair of Orsa Elder. Also on Maggie Waterman was a hair in the bottom of the burlap of Rex Hoyerman. And on the area of the head of Amber Costello was a hair of Victoria Hoyerman, the daughter, who was at the time 14, or just about to be 14. Now, it seems to be just an American predilection. Children are sacred. Children use the word child, and automatically a certain sacredness descends over the person. Spend some time with me in family court and see how many 14-year-olds commit serious heinous crimes. It's been said that